Today, the whole world is discussing Iran. The United States and Israel have begun a war involving Iran, and the world is witnessing the fighting, destruction, and loss of lives between them. There are always two sides to a war. Although history is often written in the language of the victor, there are always two perspectives. Even beyond the possible death of Iran's supreme leader, Ali Khamenei, the world is thinking in many different ways. Some reports suggest that if Iran's current regime changes, the Iranian people will be liberated, a beautiful new Iran will be created, and economic development will follow. But in reality, what kind of change would the people of Iran truly experience from recent events? Even if the current government is removed by external military support and force, will the country really move forward in peace and development? In truth, the Iranian people are heading into a major crisis. Since the 1950s, Iran has continuously faced serious issues. After the 1979 Iranian Revolution, Iran has been under a religious-based governing system. Over time, the new regime suppressed opposition groups and dealt harshly with protest movements. In recent decades, the Islamic Republic's unelected religious institutions, along with the supreme leader's authority, have exercised extensive control over the people. Due to poor governance, corruption, and international sanctions, the country has fallen deeper into economic hardship. Because of tensions with global powers, Iran has increasingly focused on strengthening its military sector. Those expressing dissent have been imprisoned, and protests have been violently suppressed. Even reforms introduced during periods of unrest have failed, causing the public to lose faith in improvements in governance. Last month, widespread protests broke out across Iran due to severe economic difficulties, and those too were suppressed by the government. If large-scale protests erupt again, or if the current regime collapses with the support of external forces, what would the situation look like? Western interventions have occurred many times in this region before, always under the promise of a better future. In Iraq, which had begun developing under Saddam Hussein, the removal of Saddam led to sectarian division and civil war, destabilizing civilian life. After Gaddafi's fall, Libya has faced ongoing unrest and instability. Syria, which advanced under the banner of democracy, descended into civil war. After the U.S. invasion of Afghanistan, there were 20 years of war, and eventually the Taliban returned to power. In all these regions, complete freedom was promised, but ultimately they witnessed severe insecurity, civil wars, foreign invasions, and interventions. Without a strong central government, powerful groups emerged in different areas, fighting each other, and ordinary people lost their peace. Economic development disappeared, and even a peaceful daily life became impossible for many communities. Because of this history, the people do not trust the United States or other foreign countries. It is not that they necessarily support the current regime, but rather they have seen what has happened in the Middle East with foreign-backed changes. In short, the people of Iran understand that the current Islamic regime has politically and economically failed. However, they believe, or fear, that alternatives offered by foreign powers may not bring liberation but complete collapse. In other words, even if a government is flawed, its existence may still allow some form of internal stability and daily life to continue. The absence of a government, however, could mean total destruction. One could even say that the Iranian people are currently living in a kind of prison. If the war continues, the country will undoubtedly face extreme economic collapse. And if a new government comes to power, ordinary people may face a prolonged period of instability and hunger. Armed groups opposing the new regime could also emerge, spreading instability across different regions of this large country. In summary, for the people of Iran, a dark period appears to lie ahead.